for tuning in to another episode of Talking Points with Preferred Health Magazine. Today we have a great show where you're going to learn how to become a cool and calm parent. We have special guest Dr. Allison Mitzner here today to tell us more about that. Here to help us learn more about the importance of screening our children for mental health disorders is pediatrician, expert, and author of a new anxiety parenting book titled Calm and Confident Parenting. Please welcome Dr. Allison Mitzner. Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hi, good. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show today. We're talking about a really important topic and something that's near and dear to my heart. I have young children, and with the conditions in this world today, it's, it would be silly to say that children aren't affected. Am I right in saying that?
Right. Yeah, no, that's totally true. And actually, since the pandemic, we've seen anxiety and depression near double.
So talk about this book that you've just come out with. It's called, again, Calm and Confident Parenting. This could be an oxymoron for a lot of us parents who are just trying to get it all right while working and, just having the best life if they can. But let's talk about what calm and confident parenting is all about.
Yeah. So I wanted, just over the years with my writing and speaking, I felt like a lot of the information that I was giving parents, they needed and they welcomed that. But a lot of the feedback was that sense of calm that I brought them. And I just, from my own personal experiences and medical professional experience, I saw these things that you can implement into your life, starting with the parent, that really impacts those around you, friends, family, and it impacts your parenting as well. So there's just all the science-backed information and the things that you can do, changing your mindset, your routine, habits, these things that you can do, small amounts of time, that impact your life and really impact those around you and your kids, and how you could really live and enjoy parenting and not be stressed all the time and be calm and confident. Yeah.
Can you give us a few of those tips that you mentioned in the book?
Yeah. And it's things that, parents, I always say, they don't know what they don't know, right? You're not born knowing what to do. So if I can just suggest different things that you can add in your life that can make a big difference, or really save 20 minutes, or time management. So a lot of some examples, they're bigger topics, but overall, I think sleep is my number one. I can't emphasize that enough. Even just getting 20 minutes more a day, or like implementing where you make sure that you can get sleep. So I talk about ways that you can get that in, or the importance of, I guess, in the beginning if you need naps, but
you're talking about for parents too. So it's not just the kids that need to sleep, it's the parents that really should have that schedule.
Yes. So, right. Starting from the parents. So when I was 6 I'm talking as far as starting with the parent, and then you're more calm. We know if you're sleep deprived, you are much more impatient, you're irritable, you're moody. All of these things you won't be able to handle. Let's say your kid's having a tantrum, 2-year-olds, they might have a tantrum, but the way you react to that, if you're well rested and different, that's just one example, but there's many. And then of course for your child, and ensuring that they get enough sleep, or how to get them to go to bed earlier, and those sort of things. So I talk about the sleep, diet changes, which really help, the nutrition, exercise is another big one that I talk about a lot, and the benefits of exercise, not just the physical that we all know, but the mental and emotional impact and increase in your mood and energy level.
Would you say it's a good idea to maybe incorporate a family activity that's considered exercise? For instance, me and my family just started bike riding together, so that might be something.
Yeah, that's something I also talk about. If you don't like something, or you can't get your kid to, family activities are great, because sometimes kids that are really resistant to wanting to do exercise, if you're doing it as a family, they don't even realize they're getting exercise, but they're just enjoying the fun, right? Ski trips, whatever you're doing, hiking. But no, I think that's a I agree. That's a great way to get exercise with everyone. And some parents don't like going to the gym or they don't have time. So it's a great way to get it in.
What else would you say was important for somebody to take away from your book?
It really is the time management, I think, and the organizational adjustments that you can make. I think is really a big thing to critically organize your time. Because a lot of it, I think if you're more structured in your day, and I talk about lists and different ways that you can have that time management, because you can talk about, and you hear all the time, right? You have to eat right, you have to get exercise, you have to sleep, and busy parents are just like, right, it's all good. But how do you fit it in your day? It seems impossible, but it's really not. So I talk about different things that you can do to really organize your time better, and set up that routine, which will make it that much easier.
You know, I spoke to a fitness trainer. His name is Dole Quince. He's very popular from Biggest Loser. He's one of the trainers on that show. And he started a new show, and he had a quote that he said to me, and I literally have it on my fridge right now. And it goes, I wish I had it in front of me, but it goes something like, I am what I need to do also. And it's just something like so important, because here we are with parents and we're just trying to get everybody's schedule on track and make everybody happy, make sure everybody's taken care of. And you're right, we're not focusing on ourselves as much as we should individually, not just as mom, but as who we are. Right. And so that's really important. And so, yeah, it's just something that as you're speaking, this is something that's coming back to me right now, because it is easier said than done.
Oh, of course. And then a lot of times parents will have that mom guilt, or right, not just parents, but right, the guilt of they're feeling selfish. But I always say it's not selfish, it's selfless, because you end up being a much better parent, or all around, it just impacts your life positively. So
how would you say someone should begin the process of getting into this mind frame, or, this kind of schedule?
It's all different. And yeah, you can't expect to do it all at once. There's no way. And I'll write about that. So that I wanted the book an easy takeaway, almost a book that I had when I was pregnant, because there wasn't really anything out there. It was just, it's all at once. So something that resonates. And that's why I broke it up in different topics of one thing that you can do, or maybe once a week, to make that change into your life. So whether it's just that you're so unorganized, or you have the routine, or you need to take that time and meet friends, or that time alone, or the meditation. And I talk about alternative type of meditation or practices that you can do, or acupuncture. So I think it's really each individual preference of how they think they can do it, or what works for you, right? Not everyone's going to want to get up and go to the gym in the morning, but they might like Pilates, or so it really is individual. So some people reach out with questions of like how they can implement. That's a hard one. I would say small amounts at a time. One thing at a time. Don't expect to change everything all at once.
Is that something that has helped you personally? Was that something that you found? How did you begin to even start that for your own life? And when I talk about I'm calm, you can't be calm all the time. You have to learn how to deal with your emotions when they come up. But for me personally, years ago, I had an injury and headaches they couldn't explain. And it was a long personal story. And so that my professional experience, I just slowly learned about alternative medicine and acupuncture and meditation and mindfulness and all this other. And then I realized a lot of what I was doing as far as the changes impacted, I was pregnant at the time. So it impacted my pregnancy and then how I parented. And I saw the impact that it made on my life and those around me. And then I realized my parenting. So all of that I used back then, really for medical reasons, I kept into my life just for general well-being, and started to learn about it, research more, and then just started to teach more about it. Yeah. So that's great. That's great. And it's sometimes it takes that to really push you into that kind of lifestyle, to really make you take notice, right?
Right. I don't think I would have noticed a lot of these things. And it's a lot that you don't really realize when you're on the go, or even in medical school, residency, and you're always just it's that mindfulness, right? You're just always going, going, going and not thinking about the impact of everything. And yeah, it really was life changing. And I just sort of,
if you don't mind me asking, how old is your child now?
I have two. I have an 8.5-year-old and almost 11-year-old.
Okay, so you're at these prime ages in their life. I can imagine what your house is like. It might be a little like my own.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
hectic
lot.
schedule. It can be a very hectic schedule, right? And here you are, like, you have two kids, they have their schedules. Maybe they're in sports, maybe they're in activities as well. You're just trying to get yourself into the schedule for personal, benefit. But I feel like what you're doing and how you've been able to implement these techniques into your life, and scheduling yourself as so important time for yourself, has an effect, like you said, on the people watching you. I mean, kids especially, they are always watching. So
Right.
if they see you taking care of yourself and doing for you as well, and it's not like mommy just needs a margarita, mommy is taking care of herself.
Right.
So that way they're learning.
Yes, no, they really do watch. Like I said, our kids' greatest role models, and they watch all we do, right? So my kids know I love to work out. My Mother's Day is usually like, I just give me a half an hour to work out in the morning. But I want that quality time with them, and kids really do watch us. And there's ways to really take that craziness and enjoy it. And that's really the message I like to share in the book and with other parents.
Excellent. And where can we find your book? Where is this book available now?
Wherever most books are sold, Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Nobles.
Okay, great. Do you have a website by any chance that it's on?
And yes, on my website, and it'll list all the stores that it's on as well.
Okay. What is your website so we know?
It's www.drdrsalisonmitzner.com.
Okay, great. Because I'd like to send them straight to the website if they can purchase it there. I mean, hopefully you get all the money for it. Not Amazon or anyone else. But we'll put the information up.
I listed it all. But yeah.
Okay, wonderful,
That's
wonderful.
great.
Well, I'm so glad we got to speak today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for tuning in again to Talking Points with Preferred Health Magazine. Please go ahead and visit www.drallisonmitzner.com and pick up her copy of Calm and Confident Parenting today. Talking Points with Preferred Health Magazine is sponsored by Patient Preferred Physicians and Practitioners Network for all of your branding needs. Preferred Professionals of America. Surfside Realty in Boca Raton, Florida. And the Melissa Billy Clark Show.